Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans, do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey Cowboys Nation, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into everything happening in the world of our beloved Dallas Cowboys. Today, we have a story that's been making waves across NFL circles and among fans alike. Something that could potentially shake up the team's dynamics as we head into the most critical part of the season. I'm talking about a controversy involving none other than Trevon Diggs, our star cornerback, who's been pivotal for the Cowboys' defense all year long. But this isn't just about stats or game performances. No, it's about something much more personal, something that touches on the core values of family, commitment, and what it really means to be a professional athlete in today's NFL. So, what exactly happened? Well, reports have surfaced indicating that Trevon Diggs was recently released by the Cowboys from participating in a key regular season game. Now, just to clarify, this isn't a typical injury-related sit-out or a disciplinary measure rooted in gameplay. No, this is reportedly connected to Diggs' personal life, specifically his desire to spend Christmas with his family. According to sources close to the team, Diggs made multiple requests to the organization, asking for permission to be with his loved ones during the holiday period. But surprisingly, or perhaps not so surprisingly, the team's management denied these requests. And that's where everything starts to get complicated. Imagine the scene. A talented player, one of your key defensive assets, wanting to be with his family on Christmas, and the team refusing that request. It's a classic dilemma. How do you balance the professional obligations of NFL players with their personal lives, especially during a festive season that's so deeply rooted in family and tradition? This kind of scenario often sparks heated debates among fans, analysts, and even former players. Some argue that athletes, especially in a league as demanding as the NFL, have to prioritize their careers, particularly during the crucial stretch of the season when every game can be a playoff qualifier. Others, however, believe that these players are human beings first, with families, emotions, and personal commitments that shouldn't be dismissed or treated as secondary. Now, here's the thing. Trevon Diggs, as we all know, has been nothing short of spectacular this season. His performance as a cornerback has been instrumental in shaping the Cowboys' defensive identity. With his ball-hawking skills, his ability to read the quarterback, and his aggressive coverage, Diggs has become a cornerstone of the team's secondary. His interception numbers are impressive, and his overall impact on the team's success cannot be overstated. But this situation, his absence from the last game, raises a lot of questions. Did his personal priorities influence his on-field performance? Could this controversy be impacting his focus? Or is this simply a case of a player trying to balance his personal life with his professional duties in a league where the spotlight is relentless? As we delve deeper, we need to consider the broader context of the Cowboys season. This year, Dallas has been aiming for a deep playoff run, building on their strong performances from previous years. The team has shown resilience, especially on defense, where Diggs has been a linchpin. Yet amid the thrill of victories and the disappointment of close losses, issues like this personal controversy threaten to add a layer of distraction. It's a delicate situation. How much can the team afford to prioritize personal requests versus team commitments? And what message does this send to other players? Will this incident set a precedent about player autonomy and personal boundaries? The NFL, as a league, has always walked a tightrope when it comes to player personal life and league policies. We've seen examples in the past where players have taken time off for family emergencies, personal health issues, or religious observances, and those instances are generally respected. But Christmas, as a holiday, often carries a different weight. It's a time for family, for traditions, and for reconnecting. For a player like Trevon Diggs, who is still relatively young and highly motivated, missing a game for personal reasons might seem justifiable to some, but to others, it raises questions about team discipline and collective responsibility. Dallas Cowboys management, as of now, has not issued an official statement about the situation. This silence only fuels speculation and debate. Some insiders suggest that the decision to exclude Diggs from the game was made by the coaching staff, possibly in consultation with the front office, as a way to send a message about accountability and team priorities. Others believe that there might be more behind the scenes. Perhaps Diggs' requests were more persistent than publicly known, or maybe there are underlying issues we're not aware of. Whatever the case, this incident has become a talking point across NFL media, with analysts dissecting every angle. But let's not forget, Trevon Diggs has not spoken publicly about this controversy. His silence only adds to the intrigue. Fans and commentators are left to interpret his absence and the team's stance based on limited information. And that's the beauty and frustration of NFL stories like this. They're not just about plays on the field, but also about the human stories behind the helmets. How does Diggs feel about this? Is he disappointed, frustrated, or perhaps understanding that this is part of the complex negotiations between a player's personal life and professional responsibilities? We can only speculate, but what's clear is that this situation could have ripple effects. Looking at the bigger picture, this controversy comes at a pivotal moment for the Cowboys. With the playoffs looming, every game is a must-win. Defensive performances, especially from players like Diggs, can be the difference between a postseason appearance and an early exit. If Diggs is dealing with personal issues, whether related to this holiday request or other factors, it could impact his focus and performance in upcoming games. Conversely, it could motivate him to prove that he's committed to the team's goals despite the personal challenges. The truth is, athletes are human beings, and their mental and emotional state inevitably influences their play. Now, considering the recent stats, it's worth highlighting how crucial Diggs has been this season. He's accumulated multiple interceptions, including one in the last few games, and has been a consistent force in the secondary, often shadowing the opponent's top receiver. His coverage grades from Pro Football Focus are among the highest for cornerbacks in the league. The Cowboys rely heavily on him to contain explosive offenses, especially given the league's shift toward pass-heavy attacks. Losing him, even temporarily, can be detrimental, especially if his absence is due to personal issues rather than injury or disciplinary action. Furthermore, this incident sparks a larger conversation about the responsibilities of NFL players outside of the game. The league has increasingly recognized the importance of mental health and personal well-being, with many players speaking out about the pressures they face. In this context, Diggs' desire to spend Christmas with his family aligns with a broader movement advocating for athletes' rights to prioritize their personal lives without fear of backlash or repercussions. However, the NFL's demanding schedule and the league's emphasis on team success often clash with these individual priorities, creating a paradox that teams and players continue to navigate. As we analyze the implications, we have to ask, how will this affect the Cowboys' defensive scheme? Will the coaching staff adjust their game plans to compensate for Diggs' absence? Are there other players ready to step up in his place? And how will this situation influence team chemistry? These are questions that only time can answer. But it's clear that the team's leadership will need to handle this situation delicately, balancing firmness with empathy. When we compare this situation to other similar moments in NFL history, it becomes evident that player requests for personal time off, especially during significant holidays, are not unprecedented. Yet, each case has its unique context and repercussions. Some players have been granted time off without issue, strengthening their bond with the team, while others have faced criticism or even disciplinary action. The league's policies on player conduct and team discipline are complex, often leaving room for interpretation. What makes the Diggs case particularly interesting is his importance to the Cowboys' defense. He's not just any player, he's a key piece in the team's puzzle. And this leads us to reflect. What does this controversy say about the modern NFL? Are teams becoming more flexible? Or are they tightening their policies? How do players like Diggs navigate their personal desires with the expectations imposed by the league and their teams? It's a delicate dance, and we're only beginning to see its full choreography. Looking ahead, the Cowboys have a series of important games coming up. Their next matchup could be pivotal in securing a playoff spot, and the defense's effectiveness will be under scrutiny. Fans are anxiously awaiting more information about Diggs' situation. Will he return to the field soon? How will his absence influence the team's strategies? And most importantly, how will his relationship with the coaching staff and management evolve from here? The team's future depends on how they handle this delicate situation. Will Diggs feel supported and understood, or will this become a point of friction? The Cowboys' leadership has a chance to set a precedent, showcasing that they respect their players' personal lives while maintaining the discipline necessary for success. It's a complex balancing act, and the outcome could shape the team's culture for seasons to come. In conclusion, this story isn't just about one player missing a game. It's about the human side of professional sports, the sacrifices athletes make, and the tough choices teams face in managing their rosters amid personal and professional pressures. It's a reminder that behind every helmet and jersey, there's a person with feelings, family, and personal priorities. As Cowboys fans, we should root for a resolution that respects both the team's goals and Trevon Diggs' personal needs. So what's next? Well, we'll be keeping a close eye on any updates regarding Diggs' status, the team's response, and how the Cowboys perform in their upcoming games. This story is far from over, and it's shaping up to be a defining moment in this season's narrative. Will it serve as a wake-up call for the league about player well-being, or will it become just another chapter in the ongoing saga of the Dallas Cowboys' quest for Super Bowl glory? Only time will tell. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the team handled the situation correctly? Should players have more personal freedom during holidays? Or do you believe that team commitments should always come first? Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Cowboys.